In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Schoology Google Drive assignments and share them with an IA, a co-teacher, anyone else that you're going to be sharing these with. So the first thing is when you're in any one of your courses, I already have one set up, but if I go to, this is a Google assignment, and what that means is when I went to add a regular assignment, I attached a Google Doc to it or a slide or sheet or something that the students are going to get a copy of. So your screen would look like this once it's assigned. But what you might find is that the student can fill out their Google Doc. You can see it because you, as the main teacher, are the creator and owner of the Google Doc. So what I mean by that is if I created the Google Doc, I attached it to my class, but an IA or a co-teacher comes to this same spot and they don't see this. They see maybe access denied, something like that. And what that means is in Google, you can only have one owner of a document. I can share it with a couple individuals and they'll have the same access I do, but I am still the owner of the document. So Schoology kind of takes that same perspective that I, as the teacher and owner of the Google Doc, can see it, but a co-teacher, IA, anybody else, even if they're an admin of the course, would not be able to see this. So there's a little bit of a workaround to get that. It's not difficult, but the purpose of this video is to kind of share you on how to do that. So all you need to do is the first time in Schoology, you do a assignment and attach a Google Doc to it, slide, whatever, so that you get to this screen. You may not have noticed, but on your Google Drive, you're going to get a folder automatically called Schoology Google Drive Assignments. And there's some other websites and Chrome extensions that do this. If you've ever used Screencast-Defy in the past, you can see here's one. Pear Deck does the same thing. So Schoology and Google Drive, once you do that first assignment and kids start to submit things, you will see a folder automatically. So what you're going to do as the main teacher is you're going to go into your Google Drive and find that. And you notice I'm outside of Schoology. So I'm just in my regular Google Drive and I'm going to go inside that folder. So all of these folders, you're only going to see a few. All of these are folders of your courses. And similar to Google Classroom, how you had a class folder with documents in it, Schoology kind of has that same thing. So you're only going to see a couple courses. I have a bunch just from over the years. So let's pretend this is, an old course, but let's say it's, English Language Arts Section 1. So when I go inside of that, any Google Drive and Schoology assignment that you do in the future will list down here. So this was one assignment, this was one assignment. And what it will do is as you add those assignments in Schoology, you don't have to do anything, it will automatically bring it over. So let's say, for example, this one, Samurai Model Lesson Template, was an assignment. So when I double click on that, these are all the assignment, and you can see their names in front of it. This is all automatic. These submissions, these match up exactly to what would be over here. So obviously this is an example, but I only have Henry Hornet as my student. If I was in my Google Drive, I would only see Henry Hornets. So I'm just showing you an old class that I've had with some students inside of it. And then what I could do, as the main teacher, I could view it in Schoology. As the main teacher, I could also view it in Google Drive. But what we want to do is, as the co-teacher, IA, anything like that, we want to be able to share this with them so that anytime they will have access to this folder, that anytime on Schoology, when you as the main teacher add an assignment, they have access to it. So I'm just going to go back, and I'm going to go back to this folder. Go back one more. So what we want to do is, again, I'm just in my Google Drive. I'm going to click inside of this folder, and let's say I'm teaching Social Studies Section 10. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go click it once, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to share it. So the little silhouette button, and hit share. So if I would type a person's name here inside of EastPenn and hit done and share it with them, just like I would a normal Google Doc, for them, it's going to show up under their shared with me, just like anything else that is shared with them. So now moving forward, you as the main teacher, any assignments you do on Schoology with a Google Drive, doc, sheet, slide attached to it, they will automatically show up here. And then that co-teacher or IA can go inside any of the folders or assignments, and they can view all of the kids' work. So that would help with commenting, leaving feedback, seeing if things were done, submitted. So it's very important to make sure that you share that overall class folder with them so that they have access to everything and anything that you do from this point moving forward. And again, they just cannot view it directly inside of Schoology, and it will be in their Google Drive.